Then everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Let me do this real quick. Make sure my Wi-Fi is off and we are wired in. Might do a little switch over. Okay. All right. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. Happy Saturday to you all. Um, Thankful you woke up this morning and are able to enjoy the day. Let me show you this for old time's sake. Morning cup of Joe or Joanne. Even though I won't be drinking it while I'm doing the show because I've learned my lesson. It is what it is. I drank as much as I could before the show. All right. So I think it just refreshed. Hopefully everybody's good and the stream is consistent. Let me see. Let me just double check one thing here. Make sure we're good over here with Sen. Yep, we good. Okay. All right, guys. Well, like I said, happy Saturday once again. Weather is pretty decent out here. It was supposed to rain all day. I don't know if it is on the East Coast and especially in the New York area, but I'm loving it that it's somewhat sunny outside, so that's cool. Um, Shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all as always. Smash that like button on your way in. Smash that like button on your way out. Show your love for the show. Thank you so much for always rocking with me. Appreciate you. So yeah, man. New York Knicks regular season, preseason basketball, all that stuff can't come quick enough, man. I'm itching, man. Like, come on, man. Come on. It's taking forever. This off season seems like it's taking forever. Jeez. Whew. I mean, I know we got the FIBA games that are officially starting now. All the pre-qualifiers and all that stuff is over, but still, man, I need my NBA fix. It's rough. It's rough. We'll be all right though. I'm sure we're gonna get through it. I mean, I don't know. It's the struggle is real. Anyway, shout out to the chat. Walter Blackman in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you as always, and thank you for being around and showing up and listening to the show. I appreciate you. David L is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. Oh man, yeah. Evan gonna let it fly. Evan do what Evan do. Freeman 48's in the building. What up? What's good? Hope you're doing well, man. My guy DSJ is in the building. Delano Steele Jr., folks. The one and only. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. Gourmet Fournier. Like that. Could be. Uh That's a good thing. I'm digging that. Yeah, but that's a fact too. You got to take the good with the bad. Facts of life. Yeah, it is what it is. But we'll get into it. Oh man, I really need some NBA basketball. It's okay. It's all right though. I'm trying. I'm struggling, but I'm trying because you know what I mean. Even though the FIBA games are exciting, um, because you're seeing basketball being played. It's you know what I mean. The competition level, it hasn't really been the greatest. But let's see, because the pre-qualifiers are over and now they're getting into the real deal. And so, some of those teams got knocked off that, have really lesser talent. And so hopefully the overall talent base is better. So maybe we'll see a little better product out there. But it still ain't the same, but it's a little something. And like even the teams that have shown to be really good in other countries, a lot of their players that they had not a lot, but some of their players that they had that were really good are gone. You know what I mean? It's a new breed now. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's a fact, man. That is a fact. You don't know how bad it is, man. Oh, you boy, no, I'm sorry. You do know how bad it is, but I'm just man, this was rough. This year has been crazy. But look, I can't be mad. Like you got to take it, like take it for what it is. Every time we go through cycles of ineptitude or bad play or misdirection, it comes back around. So I take it for what it is. I've been a Met fan for a long time, since 85. No, 80, yeah, 85. And I've seen it cycle. We had really good team around that time, and then because of the other off the field and on the field stuff, because they brought it everywhere with them. You know, Frank Cashin decided he had to blow the team up when they were still at the height of their success, and they have really never. Well, I mean, we did reach the World Series. But a couple times since then, but we haven't won. And then they haven't had a sustained level of success, I don't think. So, it is what it is. But like I said, I take it for what it is. Maybe struggling and watching these Mets stink it up is the flip side. Will be my Giants will be good. So I got to take it for what it is. And the Knicks will continue to get better. So it's all right. We chalk it up. Anyway, guys, let's hit the intro and then we will get back and start chopping it up. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, let me put the link in the Chizat. So if anybody wants to join, they are welcome. And listen, not everybody talks about this stuff, but I'm a realist. I understand what's going on. I'm doing these shows lately. Not a lot of people want to jump on and talk because it's quiet right now. There's no enthusiasm because there's nothing to be enthusiastic about. I get it. Even the viewership, not just this show, but all shows right now. I'm looking when I tune in to support other people. All the viewership is down because there's nothing for the Knicks fans to gravitate to. Like they need to be excited about something, and it's a dry period right now. I understand. It is what it is, guys. We got to get through it. Hopefully we're getting closer, man. Every day I'm like, damn, are we there yet? But we'll get there. As soon as NBA basketball gets back on the horizon, we get back into that training camp stuff, and preseason is right there. Like, we'll be there in no time. That's what I keep telling myself. All right, let's chop it up right after this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Steven Vargas. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Thank you for rocking. He says RJ putting points, but not RJ. Wait. How RJ putting points, but not RJ? Fournier. Delano Steele says, want to be excited? The Raptors will get a 6-figure penalty for stealing Knicks information, and the Knicks won't be awarded anything. That sounds about right. Makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. How they do it. And let me tell you something. I've just been reading up and trying to stay as informed as possible with regards to this whole Nick Gate, Raptor Gate, whatever you want to call it. It's not as clear cut and dry as we would like it to seem. The Knicks might have a case, but it's not a slam dunk because the Knicks have to prove that the data that was stolen was actual proprietary data that the other team could benefit from or is a hindrance to the Knicks. So and they also, I mean, if they're flipping it too and saying that Toronto knew about this and was trying to set it all up, they also have to prove that Toronto knew about it beforehand and can prove by some type of proof that that's the case, which that part maybe they can get. Maybe they got that already, the fact that Toronto knew what was going on and was trying to get some type of leg up. But the second part, I mean, the first part that I mentioned, as far as proving that it's proprietary data and that it is a hindrance to the Knicks and or a benefit to Toronto, that is a little trickier to prove. I was looking at an article through Sports Illustrated. They had interviewed a sports lawyer from Florida who is familiar with this type of litigation. And that is what was said. It was said that, the burden of proof lies with the Knicks, and it's not as easy to just say, okay, this is cut and dry. This is what they did. Fine them, whatever, hit them with whatever stipulations you want to, and award the Knicks something, or just penalize Toronto, whatever it's going to be. So apparently, it's going to be a little bit more of a haul for them to kind of get this taken care of. But whatever, it is what it is. I think in the end, something will happen, even if it's a lesser extent. It may not be a lot of, Knick fans and other people saying like, hey, first round pick, maybe 2 first round picks, maybe some fines and money. It may not be that stiff of a penalty because there's a little gray area in here anyway. They possibly will get fined and or found guilty of doing something, but it may not be as crazy as we thought. And there's that. That is it. That's how it works, man. Anything the Knicks get, and maybe that's the reason why. We always get mad and upset at the media for treating the Knicks like stepchildren, not talking about the positive that's going on. Oh, but when the negatives happen, we are front page news. And then when something like this happens where we feel wronged, okay, we want to be vindicated, they don't talk about it at all. And now, who knows? Maybe they were right not to talk about it because maybe the story is not as cut and dry as we thought it was. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. This is definitely this off season is just it's the worst. Spygate at the Garden. Yeah, Delano Steele. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, I know. Adam, what the hell? First off, where's the fix? You know what I mean? I thought the fix was in. Back in the day when David Stern was leaving office and Adam Silver was taking over, and I found out that Adam Silver was like a lifelong, Knick fan back in the day and all this stuff. I thought the fix was in. Where have we benefited? You know what I mean? Why didn't, instead of the Bulls drafting Jalen Rose, why wasn't it the Knicks getting Jalen Rose, Derrick Rose? Huh? Where was our extra ping pong balls in the lottery? Where did we get the special ball with the blue light that only the person picking the ball out could see? Come on, man. Jesus. We get no love, man. No love. You know what I mean? Would it have been so hard to figure out a way for the Knicks to get Anthony Edwards? Huh? You know what I mean? Is it too much to ask? Oh boy. It's one thing after another. It's one thing after a freaking another. Well, let's start at the beginning, guys. Hmm? Hmm? Let's start here. Because I think RJ Barrett versus Evan Fournier is must-see TV. Oh man, I kid me. I kid me. Anyway, listen. You know, Battle of Team Canada versus Team France. Apparently, RJ and Fournier had a nice little going back and forth. You know, a little friendly bantering amongst teammates. And RJ and Team Canada came out on top. All right. You know, it is what it is, guys. It's nice to see the little friendly competition between the two. But you can see the difference between RJ and Fournier's love of FIBA games. Okay. Because for RJ, it's, you know, they won, right? But even if they lost, he might be a little disappointed, but it's just another game for RJ. For Fournier, FIBA is life. Like Ted Lasso. Football is life. You know what I mean? Like, because he understands, he respects it, he appreciates his countrymen, and he's looked at differently over there. So it does mean more to Fournier than RJ, and I understand that. That makes total sense. And Fournier let it be known in the press conference. I think he said that we got our asses kicked or something like that. That's what he said. He said something of that nature. I don't know if the media loved it, but I loved it. I love it when Team Fournier says what he has to say. You know what I mean? Take it or leave it. But it's kind of just one of them things where, you know, it just, we got nothing else, right? So this is something that we could look forward to. Now the crazy thing is, despite all of the back and forth between RJ and Fournier, you know, where's Andy when you need him? Because I'm sure Andy's loving it. You know, Fournier finished with 21 points, right? Not the best efficiency, but he still, you know, he finished with 21 points because he's a factor over there for Team France. They trust him, they believe in him, and he can go out there and play basketball. There's a big difference when the team believes in you and lets you go play basketball. You know, the game that you love, the game that you get paid 18 million for, the game that you were once, you know, someone that people were looking at like, you know, a star player for that particular Orlando Magic team. You know, stuff like that. The game that when he was with Denver was putting on highlights, was dunking on people, was going up against LeBron, not backing down. You know what I mean? That's Evan Fournier. I know everybody looks at Evan Fournier now and is like, you know, who's this guy? But Evan Fournier hasn't always been this particular guy. He was something else too. So got to give him credit for his game over the years. And then RJ, who you know, finished with 5 points. And that in lies, you know, some of the bad stuff with RJ. It's nothing wrong with having a bad game here or there. It happens to everybody. You can't control that. But this is where I say, until proven otherwise, it's same old RJ. Because it's not just about your skill set and what you learned and know you can do out there on the court. It's about your mentality and being able to adjust to how you're playing, right? So you look at you know, RJ in the past, he's had moments where, you know, the shot wasn't falling, right? But if the shot's not falling, you going 1 for 10. Scored 5 points. Unless he missed, because I didn't watch the game, so excuse me for my ignorance. Unless he missed 9 layups, where's the adjustment? Now, if you're telling me RJ went out there and he missed 9 layups, then I don't know what to say. My argument right now, it is what it is. I don't know how you could do that. I'm assuming RJ missed some jump shots and maybe a good amount of them. You know what I mean? So he's missing jump shots, but is what I've been trying to say this whole offseason. I want RJ to be able to work on his ball handling, continue to get to the basket, work on his layups, but I also want him to work on his mid-range shot, right? But if the mid-range shot ain't working, because that's what matters to me. In the NBA, when he's out there for the Knicks playing on a day in and day out basis, when his shot is not dropping, I need RJ to go to the hole, do something else. Use the backboard, right? And use the glass. You ever shot a shot from the corner off the glass? You ever think about that? Remember when you were young, you were learning basketball, and the first thing they taught you how to do was to shoot a layup, right? You know what I mean? Just get the ball in the hoop close to the basket. Use the backboard, right? They first teach you how to use the backboard with a layup, right? Nice, easy layup. Use the backboard. It'll help guide. Fine. Then as you get a little better, they teach you how to shoot a layup where you just go straight rim, no backboard. Right? Then they start moving you back a little bit. Take a little 2-footer, whatever, 4-footer, 5. So, and so on and so forth. And then they also show you to move a little bit to the left, move a little bit to the right, and shoot a little shot right off the glass, close off the backboard, a la Tim Duncan. He made his life off of that. Of course, he became a much better mid-range shooter, but Tim Duncan off glass, like that's who he was, right? Can RJ shoot a shot off the glass? Can you move in a little bit and use the backboard, man? So I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to talk too much because I didn't see the game, so I don't know. He could have missed 9 layups, but I don't think he did. So, and don't get me wrong, I don't doubt he missed I see David L say he did miss a layup. It was bad, but I don't know if he missed 9 of them though. So some of them other shots, when you feel the shot is not falling, if it's drifting or whatever, just continue to do something a little different. Pass the ball. I know he passed the ball pretty well in this game. Or try to get closer to the paint. Shoot an easier type shot. Shoot easier type shots. Tell your teammates, give me a little pick. Let me do a backdoor cut, a curl, something to give me a nice, easy, clean look at the rim. Like, this is like basketball 101. I mean, I'm not saying anything that nobody doesn't know. Anybody can know that. I'm not saying it's easy to do that either, but I mean, first off, this is the FIBA games, okay? He should be able to get an open shot here and there, all right? With teammates that are skilled as the players they got on the Canada team, they should be able to get some looks. So that's what I worry about when it comes to RJ. He can work on everything. His jump shot could be pretty as hell, but when you're out there in the court and the game, you're having one of those moments where the game is not going the way you want it to go. How do you make the adjustments? How can you still go out there and help the team? Now, his ancillary stats were pretty good. The rebounds were decent. The assists were decent. So he was doing some other things out there. So like I said, I give him credit for that. That's good. But, there's a way to kind of, because we already talked about this before with RJ. When it comes to the Knicks, there's other guys out there who do this stuff too. There's other guys who will snatch up rebounds before RJ even gets it, right? So then his rebounding stats may not look that great. There's other guys out there that may make the pass before RJ makes the pass. Like the ball got to move around. So maybe before RJ even touches it, somebody else makes the pass and gets an assist, and kind of takes opportunities away from him. I'm not saying that's always the case, but I'm just saying it could be the case, right? How do you make adjustments when it comes to your scoring? How do you show that you're more efficient? How do you say, listen, I've taken, 6 shots from around this area and I missed all 6. I'm gonna shut it down now and do something else. I'm gonna go somewhere else with this shot, or try to get myself some clean looks. You know what I mean? Because when you're missing shots, the bottom line is not about you, your game, your efficiency. It's the point is that you're not putting points up on the board, right? Your team is not getting those points from what you're doing. So how do we get back to that? It's my thoughts. Shout out to my guy Jay Boogie in the building. Salute. 3 capital S's. Salute, salute, salute. Yeah. Animal Lex is in the building. Salute. What's good, bro? Appreciate you. Brooklyn Butch is in the building. Salute. So what? Wait. Oh boy, he he gets hacked the logic a lot with RJ, but the layup was 3 feet away from the rim. Air ball, ugly. Damn. And then he said David L said he had the angle and position, and he still overthrew the layup. Wow. Jeez. Okay. But his passing was nice. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. We'll take something. Some improvement is better than no improvement, right? But still. Look, this is going to be that year, guys. I'm sorry. Once again, I'm going to say it again. I feel like I'm a broken record. I like RJ a lot for this Knicks team. He's still one of my favorite players in the Knicks. But I got to see some improvement. And I've already said I think this is going to be RJ's best year as a Knick. For me to say that, I'm going to hold him to the fire. I expect to see that type of improvement. I just think that this is the year for him to break out, like to show some stuff. He's been dealing with a lot of talking about his game. This is the year. And so I'm going to be expecting it. And this is year 5 too. Come on, 5th year in the NBA. Let's go. Yeah, so shout out Brooklyn Butch. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Vaughn Allen. What's good? Salute. Hope you're doing well. Delano Steele Jr. says the most impressive player in games is Rondé Hollis Jefferson, who looks like a left-handed Kobe Bryant. Wow. That's saying something. Alan Alford in the building. Salute. What's good? Blessings to you and yours as well. Thank you for that education, Delano. He says, and for the record, Rondé Hollis Jefferson doesn't play for Team Canada or Team France. Oh man. Yeah, this whole thing. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It is what it is. But it's what we got to get excited about. Fournier versus RJ. And actually, you know what? Let me see. Is the game over? I think they're playing. Hold on, guys. I think they're still playing, or is it over? The USA game versus New Zealand. I'm trying to get this information. We're live on the scene, Bill. Oh boy. Let's see here. DSJ says Jay Boogie's laughing over here. DSJ says I'll be impressed if RJ does a back down turnaround mid range in the regular season. Facts. I'm with you on that. Alan Alford has a question. He says, question, fans are on RJ for his production slipping, but what about the Brunson effect? Adding Jalen means adding another pool layer that needs the rock. I agree, Alan, but the issue that I have is not so much about whether or not RJ can get the proper touches and be, given the ball in his comfortable spots because of the poor spacing and stuff like that. It's more about what he actually does when he gets the ball and how he acts around his other teammates. Because I have mentioned multiple times that I felt like RJ was very selfish this past year, like the most selfish I've ever seen him. And so he's got to get back into believing and trusting his teammates again, because in turn they'll trust him. And well, I don't know. Maybe the game is over. I don't know. I don't see it wherever the hell it is. And trusting his teammates so that they can help him as well. Like they got to work together, man. This is oh wait, here is this it? We're talking year 5 once again. Oh no, this is over. Looking at gymnastics. What we doing here? We all messed up right now. We all messed up. All right, whatever. I'm done. I ain't gonna do this. Hey, Philadelphia 76ers versus the Boston Celtics. I wonder how old this game is. It's a hardwood classic on NBA TV, folks. Larry Bird. Yeah, I knew it was an old joint. Okay, anyway, all right, guys. Sorry. All right. So yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where no, and don't get me wrong, I do think that has affected RJ because now you got Julius who gets the ball a lot, commands the stage. You got Jalen who gets the ball a lot, commands the stage. And you know, the floor spacing isn't the greatest on the Knicks. We already talked about that because of the fact that they don't knock down their threes at a high clip. So yeah, it's gonna affect them, but it's gonna affect everybody. Technically, what's affecting RJ should affect everybody on the team. It's just that other guys have different games and they're able to you know get theirs better than he's able to get his. Because the same thing that RJ is dealing with, Brunson's dealing with, because Julius gets the ball a lot, and then RJ gets the leftovers and here and there. So that's people taken away from Brunson in certain spots. He's got to defer a little bit, even though he, you know, he gets his. It's the same thing with Julius. Julius has to defer to Brunson, and sometimes RJ's out there getting his. Sometimes Brunson is on the bench, and RJ and Julius are out there. Maybe Julius can go off, but RJ's out there too. He's got to eat, so it could affect all of them. It's just how you go about dealing with it, and I don't think RJ's dealt with it the best. I think he was already exposed to this when we got Fournier for the first year and Kemba, because it was Julius, it was Kemba, it was Fournier, then it was RJ. So he's already kind of seen this. So he should be accustomed to understanding what he needs to do to get his shot and get to his spots. I don't know, man. All right, Vaughn Allen says, Ron, I need to hear your win prediction for us this season. You know, despite everything, despite RJ's up and down efficiency, despite not knowing exactly what Emmanuel Quickly is going to do, because I think Emmanuel Quickly is going to have a good year. And, you know, I see that he's working with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. That's a good person to work with. So, you know, who knows what Quickly is going to be. Quickly about that bag. He ain't playing. So we'll see. Despite not knowing exactly if Quentin Grimes is going to take that next step, which a lot of us believe he will this year, right? And seeing if Jalen Brunson improves on his totals from last year, because last year, you know, as the season got better, I mean, you know, deeper into the season, his numbers got better, right? So maybe this year he starts off with those type of numbers out the gate, and so we'll see. And also, can Julius do a repeat of what he did last year or come close to how he played in the regular season? Despite all that, having Josh Hart for a full season, the addition of Dante DiVincenzo, and Tibbs feeling comfortable in his coaching style and what he wants to do out there without maybe feeling the pressure of being fired out the gate. I think the Knicks will win somewhere in between 50 and 55 games. I don't know what the number is, so I'm sorry, I can't give you the exact, but somewhere in between 50 and 55 is what I got the Knicks winning. The 50 burger is happening this year, folks. That's right. The 50 burger is happening. That's what I got. That's what I predict. Let's see. Alan Alford says the team as well as RJ would benefit from a motion offense instead of the only play Tibbs knows ISO. That's a fact. They definitely would benefit from that. Can't argue with that. We'll see. Maybe they open it up a little bit more because of the addition of DiVincenzo. One more high IQ type player out there on the court. I don't know, man. I don't know. Tibbs is a broken record, so he don't really change a lot. But I'm hoping. We'll see. DSJ says it doesn't matter. New Zealand doesn't have basketball players, just basketball enthusiasts. They might as well get off the court and join us in the chat. Oh, man. David L says hard for JB doing it all by himself. Yep. Jay Boogie says RJ is entering the dunk contest this year. He's going to take off from the free throw line. I heard. Oh, man. Travel Vibes is in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Once again, smash that like button on your way in. Smash that like button on your way out. Show your love to the show if you can. I appreciate it. We got to get them likes up. I got to do that all across all platforms, all the shows, man, because the algorithm, it's a dry time right now. YouTube got to know we here. We here. Alan Alford says more quality shots, less low percentage shots. Hit the open man. Grimes gets critiqued for not scoring a lot. Where are his shots coming from with RJ, Jalen, Julius? But I like the way Jalen is playing with the USA. Yeah, listen, that's a fact. He does get critiqued, but I don't have an issue with Grimes when it comes to that stuff. All I have an issue with Grimes is that sometimes Grimes has that same type of problem where he runs into the issue of when his game is not going good, he's cold for the whole game. You know what I mean? Like, and he's stuck on the perimeter. So if he's another person who needs to learn how to make adjustments too. Some of that stuff we saw Grimes working on throughout the year where he would take his guy off the dribble and get to the basket. He really needs to get back to doing that again. Don't be hesitant or scared of how it looks to Tibbs or the coaching staff. If it was working and we liked what we saw, go back to that. Because when his shot ain't falling, it's like he's useless out there because he's one. He puts himself in a one-dimensional realm. I'm around the perimeter, and that's it. My shot's not falling. I'm still around the perimeter. I'm not going in. I'm not shooting a layup. I'm not trying to floater. I'm not taking a mid-range shot. All these shooters that the Knicks have that try to shoot, they're all shooting threes, right? But all of them, I guarantee you, will knock down a mid-range shot at a high clip, and they're not doing it. That's frustrating to me. The other thing I was thinking is shout out to Vaughn Allen. Okay. I got 51. I got you. I appreciate you. I like it. That works. Angel Torres, what's good, amigo? Salute. Appreciate you. Corey Lee, what's good, my brother? Hope you're doing well, bro. Please, guys, please check out Corey Lee and my guy Boulevard's show on Sundays at 10 a.m. on the Blorange Tears Network. If you haven't already checked it out, please do show them some love, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Animal Lex does not agree. He does not think the Knicks will win over 50 games. I don't know, Animal Lex. I don't know. Travel Vibe says I predict 47-51. Okay. I mean, I think that's fair. That's fine. That's basically at least what we did last year, but maybe better. I get it. Okay, I got you. My whole thing, David L says 52. Okay, all right. Listen, Animal Lex, it is not just you because you're not the only one who feels this way. I see some other people who's like 43, 44. I'm like, so you think that they're gonna be worse than they were last year? What? Because Obi's not here? Come on, man. Come on. And I'm not saying that to you, Animal X. I was saying it to other people because I guess some people think that because Obi's not here, all of a sudden, what was Obi the difference? Was he the reason why we won 47? To me, if you want to ask the difference, the reason why we won 47 games is two people. Okay. Well, yes, two people because Julius does what Julius does. So we was getting Julius anyway. He was a little better this past year, but Julius is the guy for the Knicks. You know what I mean? The addition of Jalen Brunson is the difference. The addition of Josh Hart is the difference. Those two guys were the difference. You know, like I said, Julius gives you what Julius gives you. So you pencil him in. He does it every year for the most part. Last year was even better. You know why it was even better? The addition of Jalen Brunson. That's one more guy to take the pressure off him. He can just get his because now the defense got to worry about Jalen. That's the difference. So for those people that think because Obi's gone, Knicks ain't going to be the same. Yeah, the Knicks are going to lose some athleticism and explosiveness when it comes to fast breaks and some highlights. And you know, he had moments where he would knock down threes in clutch situations where we needed it. But consistently, that's not going to be the difference. It's not going to be the difference. DiVincenzo should come in and give us similar stuff to what Obi did and not better because of the defensive side of it and the facilitating side of it, being able to move with the ball. He's got a good handle and he knows how to pass the ball. You might see some benefit from that. I'm just saying. No knock to Obi because I do think Obi's going to be a really good player in the NBA. I don't know if it's going to be with Indiana. I think Indiana will give him a little bit more of a shot, but I still don't even know if that's the ideal situation because they got a lot of guys over there too. Not a Julius Randle, but they got a lot of guys. So, but I do think Obi's going to be a really decent player in this NBA. I do think that. Yeah, I know. I can't wait, Alan. You don't know I'm chomping at the bit, man. I need the NBA camp to happen in the worst way. I can't stand this right now. I'm going crazy. Alan Alford, thank you. Appreciate you for showing love. Thank you for the generous super chat. Always. Thank you. Travel Vibe says, I've been screaming motion offense for the past 2 years. Move the ball and move yourself. It's not that hard. That's a fact. I think for whatever reason, I'm telling you, this has something to do with Tibbs' schemes on defense. He doesn't do now. There's certain things that I know he doesn't have the most creative know-how with regards to when it comes to offense. I get it, but then there's also certain things that he don't implement because of how the Knicks are situated. Right, certain offensive plays may take guys out of position when the ball, if you miss, the ball comes off the rim, the other team gets it, and they're trying to push the ball down the other end. You need guys to be in the right spots in order to play defense the way Tibbs wants to get it orchestrated. I know some things have to do with that. Another thing is we don't have shooters the way we need to have shooters on this team to space the floor and really start moving guys around because these guys aren't the great, you know, some of these guys are a little clunky out there. So, you know, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I knew you were gonna say that. I'm gonna be right there, Animal Lex. I'm coming to your comment. Vaughn Allen says he echoes that what Travel Vibe said. Alan Offer said Grimes needs RJ or Julius exchange for Bridges. Would love for the Knicks to add Miles Bridges to our bench. I mean, to our bench. Yeah, I mean, Miles Bridges, I think he earned the starting role, man. I don't know, but I hear you. Who? Oh wait, you said Miles Bridges. Why? I swear I confused these two guys. I don't know about him, man. I'm a little iffy about. I mean, I know guys deserve second chances, but I don't know. The other thing with him is that I got to see. You know, when there's a layoff and you haven't been playing, sometimes these guys come back and they ain't the same. I'm not saying all his skills diminish. His athleticism surely hasn't diminished that quick. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Animal Lex. Ron, a lot of teams have improved. I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody. The Knicks, as Knicks fans, we hear this every year. You know what happened last year, Animal Lex? Everybody was like, you know what? A lot of teams around the league look good, man. A lot of different things have happened. Free agents have signed, draft picks. Look at the Orlando Magic. They always give up problems. They got better. They got Paolo Banchero. Look at Milwaukee. They got a solid team over there. You know what I mean? Middleton is coming back healthy. Watch them. Look at Philadelphia, always there in the end. You know, they got Harden, they got Maxey, they got Embiid. Always gonna Boston. Can't count out Boston. You know they're always gonna be there. Look at Miami. Look at Chicago. Look at you know what I mean. And I keep going down. Look at Cleveland. They got Donovan Mitchell now. Look at and in the end, the Knicks finish in 5th place with a 47-win record. They started the season with Tom Thibodeau on the hot seat, that he had to tell the organization and the front office, I'm going 9-man rotation. I'm putting Cam Reddish on the bench. He can keep that seat warm. I don't care what y'all say. Fournier, eventually, you're going to be on the bench with him. You ain't playing either. Tom Thibodeau had to do all of that and turn things around. Then Jalen Brunson got busy. Then we got Josh Hart. You can't tell me anything about these Knicks anymore because I've seen the difference now. I see that in the 4th quarter of games, the Knicks know how to close them out. The Knicks know how to win these games now. The year before that, we lost like 6 games when we had a 20-point lead in the second half. This ain't the same old Knicks. This ain't that Knicks. So, yeah, I don't look at it the same way. But I hear you, Animal Lex, because that's how it's been. But nah, man, you can't look at it. At some point, as Knicks fans, we got to say to ourselves, our team is good. That's it. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. We may not be a championship team yet. You know, we haven't shown we elite, but we're a good team. We're a top 5 team. Because you know what? Think about it. Last year, we finished top 5. The year before that, we struggled. We had some stupid stuff that gone on, right? The year before that, where we finished? Top 4. We're a good team. That's how you got to look at it. Don't worry about what other teams are doing, because guess what? They all got to play basketball like us. They all got to see what their season, who would have thought the Chicago Bulls would have been as bad as they were last year? You know what I mean? Who would have thought Miami was going to struggle out the gate? I thought Miami was going to be in line to win the Eastern Conference. Now, granted, in the end, they did, but they struggled for a lot of the regular season, and they went crazy in the playoffs. But that's not, nobody thought Miami was going to run through the playoffs the way they did, knocked off Milwaukee in the first round. Come on, man. But that's what I'm saying. But going into the season, we thought Miami was going to be right there. So all I'm saying is, doesn't matter what you think it looks like on paper, what the expectations might be, understand it got to play out. And our Knicks team is a good team. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I hear you, though, because I was like that, too. I was a skeptic. But then I just started looking at everything. I'm like, you know what? At what point am I going to give the Knicks credit for being a good team? And I'm like, yo, they're a good team. It is what it is. Let me get my guy Jay Boogie in here. I see him in the background. What's good, Jay Boogie? What up, player?
Salute. 3 capital S's.
Oh, no, I'm about to drink the call. Put it back.
So good. I had an incoming call. I had to, airplane them real quick. Yeah, but shout out to everybody, man, on this beautiful Saturday. Hope everybody's in the greatest form of health, you know what I'm saying? And just know that anything that you're going through, we don't pray that you go through it. We also pray that you get through it, man. Hope everybody enjoy life, this summer. Yeah, they try to blow my phone. Hope everybody enjoying life this summer, man. And please don't let the good weather in and you haven't done nothing for you and yours. Please do not let it in. I know we all Knicks fans, but you deserve to have yourself doing something good in life, man. But I just want to come up here and hang. I got about 30 minutes before I got to get my little one ready, man. I keep her very hard on that karate thing. So we got class at 2:00, a new class. So that's why I'm delayed now. She's moving up in rank. She don't won the samurai championship for 5-year-olds and they don't moved up in rank. So trying to get my little one, keep her, busy and doing things, But I hear you rocking, man. I hear you rocking, man. I just put the laughing out loud. I try to laugh, with any time we talk about RJ, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'm not one of them guys right there. I got to see it right there. So I don't know what RJ is going to do anymore. And I always say that, they say in 4 years in college, it take you too long to develop. You get the 5th year in the NBA, you got it, you might not get it. So I don't know what's happening with RJ, but I try to keep in some good spirits and laugh. I see all DSJ was trolling me about it. You know what I'm saying? That's a troll master right there. I stay out of his way, man. But yeah, man, you hope this guy gets it, you know what I'm saying? You hope this guy, you know what I'm saying, can become the player that he wanted to come to New York. You wanted to come here. You wanted all this weight on you, you know what I'm saying? But it's up to you, RJ. Nobody can do it for you. Whoever you're working out with, they can't do it for you. The fans can't do it for you, man. You 4 years in the book, man. You gotta want it yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? And we all root for you and want to see it because we know anything great that you do amongst this team is going to contribute to us going further in the right direction. And we're in a good direction right now. But RJ is one of those can expand us into a further and better direction. So yeah, I on my poor form and everything. But so far, the high hopes I don't had over the past few years and years and years, you know what I'm saying, it's allowed me to, pump my brakes a little bit, And so, but I'm still rooting for the kid, man. Way to go, Evan Fournier, 19 points in the first half, 2 in the second half. Typical Evan Fournier, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna find a way to get you up out of here. And we do got a good team this year, y'all. We got a real good basketball team this year. We solidified in a lot of ways, we got 4 out of the 6 perimeter guys we know that can switch and recover off on defense. And that's, I'm not including Brunson and I'm not including RJ, but I'm including the rest of the 4 guys with Grimes, IQ, Dante, and Josh. You know what I'm saying? So we got some perimeter play guys that know how to play on the perimeter. We got guys that should be more experienced this year. We got guys that should be able to catch a shoot. We got guys that should be able to get a bucket off the bounce. And on the defensive end, they should also be able to communicate with one another. You know what I'm saying? Because, Miami was killing us with that third pass. That third pass was really hurting us in the playoffs. So that's why it's real important. You got to be able to switch and recover on the defensive end, man. But I love the situation we in right now. And don't be surprised. I'm counting on Dante, Josh, and Jalen Brunson to be closers on the floor this season. I'm counting on it. And don't be surprised if in the practices, somehow, some way, Tom implements Julius Randle, and I would love to see Julius Randle and Hartenstein with those 3 guys. With those 3 guys already knowing the Golden State Warriors offensive system. We got 2 out there right now that's playing in Olympic, and Dante know it because he played with them. On the low, if we implement Julius and maybe Hartenstein, and within that system, it'll trick and shock a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So I believe Tom is going to bring some different things to the table. He's going to coach his butt off this year. He's getting ready to go into his 5th year. And nobody likes to go into a 5th year without their extension already done, and even though I know some people, they might not feel the right way for Tom, they might want him out of here and all that, you know what I'm saying? But, you got to understand, too, that Tom has not been fully equipped at times, you know what I'm saying, for us all to say he need to be up out of here. Against Atlanta, we didn't have a point guard. The following year, Leon decided he wanted a story, and Quentin got Kemba and all this right here going on. So that flopped, you know what I'm saying. Then the following year, you know what I'm saying, we got back to, playing winning basketball once he got a floor general. So let's see how they can, put it together again. You know, it's a good time. You know, you got more chemistry with Brunson. He's more comfortable with the system, more comfortable with the city. Not saying that he even came here and we phased him at all in any. And then we got a full year with Josh. We already know what the good guy Dante he can do. You know what I'm saying? If Julius stopped playing defense on himself, you know what I'm saying? The playoffs, you know, as Queen always say, Julius is an all-star if he shows up in you know what I'm saying, inside the playoffs. And it's a few teams that we know Julius is not scared of. We know he's not scared of Boston. You know, he has a little, you know, his issues every now and then with, I guess it only showed with Miami in the playoff. But I think Julius is going to get it this year because he hasn't had time really to work on his game. You don't need to work on your game. You need to understand the game. And if you're sitting down with that cask on and you've been watching footage all season long, you know what I'm saying, and saying that you never done that before in your career, and you had a chance to reflect on the things that you was doing, things that you didn't do, things that you should have done, how your body language was looking, how you reacted, you know what I'm saying, to certain plays, how you know what I'm saying, you pass your body language off to certain teammates, how you reflected to the referees. If you eliminate some of those things and add some more of them other things, Julius is going to be a third-time All-Star, a three-time All-NBA player, you know what I'm saying? And he's going to play trust. He's looking at that money that that guy Jaylen Brown got over there in Boston, because he's putting up those same stats, the same numbers. Those stats and numbers, you know, according to how the NBA is nowadays, it allows you to reach that type level of money. Not saying we're going to give it to him. I don't think, you know, Julius no $300 million guy, but you know what I'm saying? If Julius does the thing, he's going to put himself in a good position. But I do believe Julius wants to stay here. He would take a pay cut. I believe Brunson wants to stay here and win a championship. I believe he would take a pay cut because it's more importantly for Brunson, you know what I'm saying, to satisfy the doubters, the haters that's been on him throughout his whole year, high school, college, back into the NBA. He's too small. He can't do it. He ain't fast enough. He don't play no D. He can't do this. He can't do that. And all he ever done is prove the doubters wrong. But what bigger doubter would it be to prove if Jalen Brunson can lead the New York City and the New York Knicks and all the New York fans and all the New York media, you know what I'm saying, back to destiny where we belong, you know, and win an NBA championship. That'll be the biggest parade in any sports. That's including baseball, football, hockey, soccer. Let the New York Knicks us win a championship and watch how humongous that's going to be. They're going to have to set the whole state, city, but cut it off. Don't let nobody cross the line no more. No way. Even though we are the second coming of America. That's right. This is America. They call New York, you know what I'm saying, the second coming of America, man. We in the building, man. But yeah, man, we got some good things coming going, man. Everybody be easy. Enjoy the season, man. And you can't enjoy the season if you enjoy your summer, though.
That's a fact. I hear you on that. That is 100% fact. So let me do this, right? Let me we got somebody in the back waiting. I'm gonna bring him up in 2 seconds. Wanted to just shout out the chat real quick. I see some more people have joined. Smash that like button, please. Show your love for the show. Like I said, listen, now I'm on that like train. I'm gonna start getting it out there more, man, because the algorithm, I'm seeing stuff. I'm looking, man. Lately I've been watching, so we got to get that back to where it was. But what I want to tell you guys is, well, first off, before I do that, Jay Boogie, did you get that? I emailed you that. You got that?
Yes, man. Yes, I appreciate it.
All right.
Man. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, you was on the You'll Never Find. You know, they call you Mr. R&B. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate
tried,
that,
brother.
Man.
I tried.
I need that, man. I need everybody to be a part of it. And, you know, for anybody, you know what I'm saying, anybody that has Jay Boogie's email or anything, you want to be a part of me and my music, what I got coming on, you know what I'm saying, in a little bit of time, you'll send me a drop, man, you know what I'm saying, just saying who you are, you know what I'm saying, something small you want to say about me, and, you know, be a part of this right here, man, because I'm coming. Jay Boogie presents the Knicks in the booth, going to be the greatest work that I don't put out.
Yep, I love it. Appreciate you as always, my brother. So shout out to excuse me, JJ in the building. Salute, my brother. I appreciate you as always. Keith Turner is here. Salute to you. Kerry Cox in the building. Appreciate you, my guy. Ala Wise is here. Salute, salute. Let me see. Drip Moore, the preferred barber of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community, is in the building. Let's go. Come on, man. You know how it is. D Coolis is here. Salute. Shaw Powers in the building. Please, guys, if you haven't already, check out my guy Shaw Powers in Divine. Knicks Real Talk. Show them some love. Like, comment, subscribe. Please do that, man. You know, positive Knicks fans always gonna give you that right talk, keep you on the straight and narrow. You know what I mean? This is the ledge, but I can't do it all. I can't do it all. Knicks Nation 112, where the play as well is in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you. Okay, without further ado, let me get my guy in here. Well, actually, look at this. We got two guys in here. All right. It's cool. The show's popping. Hey, what up, Sim? Appreciate you, my brother. Corey Lee's in the building as well. Corey, good to see you, my brother.
Oh, hello. I gotta say hello to the Podfather. How you doing, sir, Mr. Simmons?
Good, my brother. How you feeling?
No doubt, man. It's the first time I've ever been on the pod with you, bro. Wow, I'm ecstatic.
That's what we like to do, man. Connect everybody, man. Listen, we all Knicks fans with the love.
I was watching you earlier today, young man.
Yeah. I seen you in there.
No doubt.
What's up, Mr. Ron O'Neal, aka the Superfly podcast? What's good, my guy?
Always good to see you guys, man. Before I get to what Sim and Corey have to say and chop it up, let me say this real quick, guys. If you haven't already, please, I know sometimes we take things for granted, and I don't mean it in that way, but like, you know, we watch stuff and we know it's going to be there. It is what it is. And you know, right now the season is a little dry. There's no NBA, there's no Knicks, but please do support and acknowledge the stuff that we got going on. You know, obviously, we told you the whole thing about the NBA report. We no longer doing that. You know, someone did what he did. It is what it is. All right. But we got the NBA wrap up. Okay. So we're trying our best to give you guys that mix of NBA talk and hip hop talk. You know what I mean? Especially, what better time to do it than this year, you know, 50th anniversary of hip hop. Let's bring it all together. The shows are going to continue to get better as it gets out there and people continue to support and like the show. It's going to put more eyes on the show, and we'll be able to be in a position to get better and better guests so that you guys can be entertained. I think it's been entertaining already. I'm enjoying it. It keeps getting better every show. So please tune in. And you know what? Let me do this. Let me hit you with this quick spot here. And you know, please tune in and show your love and support the show. Thank you for watching the NBA wrap up. If you would like to be on the show and you are a hip hop artist or a beat maker / producer, please hit us up. Email us at the NBA wrap up at gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at _NBA_wrap_up. And stay tuned for more and more content coming from the NBA wrap up. Still Knicks fans, nothing but Knicks. Please support our shows. We appreciate you. Later. All right. So whatever. I mean, obviously that's not tailored for me to just to do a little spot here. It's really for when you're watching the show. But I just want you guys to know that it's there. And if you guys have any people that are interested, you know, even if yourself, if you know, listen, you're a closet hip hop, you know, artist, I don't even know, you know, you're welcome to come on the show. We'll play a little song for you. Or you can hit us with an Acapulco, whatever it is, man. We'd love to have you. This also extends, like I said, in the little spot. It also extends to people who just dabble, you know, making beats. If you don't actually spit and rap, it's okay. If you make beats and you got something you think is fire and you want to hear and you love talking NBA, by all means, we'll have you on, man. All right. So that being said, let's get back to it. Sim, man, how you doing, brother? What's your thoughts? What's on your mind, man? How you feeling today?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. You know, I can't complain about anything. You know what I mean? Doing good, feeling good. Just you know, watch that Team USA game today, and did my little wrap up over that game, and you know, figure See what else is popping out here today.
Hey, all right. Well, we appreciate you. So we were currently just talking about RJ Barrett versus Evan Fournier, right? And kind of going over what took place in that game. And then I was speaking about what I feel is the thing that I worry about with RJ. And you guys can both chime in, Corey and Sim. I like the fact that RJ's having a friendly banter going back and forth with Evan. I do not like the fact that RJ scored 5 points. I do like that he was passing the ball. Apparently, he was making some good reads. He was rebounding a little bit. But my whole thing is he was 1 for 10, right? And so when I look at that, I'm like, I don't care how good you are. I don't care what you've been working on. I don't care how pretty this jumper looks. But if you go on 1 for 10, to me, that I feel like in year 5, with all the people talking about you and being inefficient, I feel like at some point, and I didn't even watch the game, so I don't know. I already said it, I don't know what the shots look like. David L said that one of his shots was a horrible layup, like 3 feet away, and it was an air ball or something. I don't know. I just think that most of those shots were probably mid-range jumpers, something like that. I don't think he missed 9 layups. So I'm like, I just want RJ to be able to understand how the game is being, how it's flowing and how he can make adjustments out there. If something doesn't look right, how can I get something else? How can I get myself out of this funk? Can I get an easier basket? Can my teammates give me a backdoor cut or a screen or something? Get me into a spot where I can see the rim clear and I can just take a nice easy. Can I use the backboard off the glass? Can I do something just to get myself a nice, easy, clean look at the rim to get me out of the funk? And that's what I'm still waiting for RJ to show that he's capable of. Because I think sometimes with the efficiency, like people point to the easiest thing. Oh, his shot is drifting. He's not squared to the basket. That's the easy stuff, right? But some of these guys have good technique. They're squared up. They know where to be in position. It's just also the thought process, the type of shot you're taking. Is it being contested? Like if you're taking a 3 and you haven't hit a 3 all game, maybe I can come in a little bit, make it 16-footer or something. I just want him to open his game up, open his mind up to other things. What do you think about that, Sim, with regards to RJ?
Nah, definitely, without a doubt, I agree. Open up his game. Figure out when your shot is off, you got to figure out something. Can I get to the line? You know what I'm saying? You see so many players, their shot is off. And I didn't see the game either, but so many players, their shot is off. They continue to shoot mid-range jump shots, right? Or continue to shoot threes, even though they're not hitting. You got to figure out another way. Okay, my shot ain't hitting. Let me get to the cup. Let me see if I can get something on the break. You know what I'm saying? Let me attack the basket in transition. Or let me talk to my guy over here and say, hey, get me the ball in the post. I'm gonna try to muscle my way to the basket. Whatever it is, you got to find something different. You know what I mean? Sometimes players got to learn that too. And like you hear it from your coaches, but you may not fully get it until after some experience. You know what I mean? Like after a little while, then like it hits you like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still young. You still, well, all right, I missed a couple, but my jump shots, it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't one of them gonna fall. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to get yourself in a position so that you see the ball go through the hoop. And sometimes it takes a little while to get to where you can actually, like you figure that out yourself. But I would love to see RJ, figure out. I think the problem is this, though. RJ don't have a bunch of moves to go to. You know what I mean? So like when you are at a certain level of a player, you gotta, you got this offensive skill set, a great offensive skill set. If this ain't working, all right, let me try this. Let me try that. Because you can still get your shot off in either one of those ways. RJ right now only has so many shots that he can get off. And a big portion of those shots are fed from somebody else. Getting corner threes or something like that. There's not that many shots that RJ can create for himself. So I think for RJ, getting out in transition, I think he's good in transition. If the shot ain't falling, let's find ways to get out in transition. attack when you got the defense backing up, trying to get to the line. You know what I'm saying? And then trying to get some muscle plays down there. And
Right.
I think those are ways that RJ can, when his shot ain't falling, figure out how to score, how to get some buckets.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Shout out to the chat once again. Shout out to Dope Soul Sports Talk. The Queen Steph in the building. Salute. What's good, Queen? Always good to see you. Knicks are nice. Pudges in the building. I see my guy Marlon Khan is in the building. Salute, Marlon. Always good to see you, bro. And guys, because I know I'm gonna do that, because if you haven't already, please check out Sim's wrap up of the USA game versus New Zealand that took place earlier. I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna watch the wrap up because I'm like, that's how I'm gonna get my fix. So, Corey, what's your thoughts on RJ and kind of like just like, I mean, first off, what do you take from the fact that he's talking trash to Evan and he goes out there, scores 5 points. Now he did some other things. I think he had like 5 or 6 rebounds, 5 or 6 assists. I don't know how his defense was. Nobody's really talking about that, but I hope it was decent. What do you think about that? And like, should he be in, what can he do to improve on that? Oh, we making too much out of it. It is what it is. I don't know.
Okay. It is so funny how the Queen just popped up around now. You know what I'm saying? Because supposedly I am the #1 RJ cheerleader at this moment. Wow, this is a great moment for me. Now, I'm gonna say this. You know, RJ, hmm, I can't give a definitive, honest opinion about his Fiba play because I haven't really watched it. A lot of it I gone by hearsay. I see some clips. So have I watched him play a full game though. So like last night, I can't argue anything for him. The stats look ugly, horrible, horrible to say the least. Considering they won by 30. So it must have been you was out there just jacking them up because we were up and nothing fell, and you went to the hole maybe 1 or 2 times or so be it. Got an and one, it was 2 for 4. You know what I'm saying? And one for whatever from the field. Excuse me. I'm gonna say this because this was the first time the actual people play for him. Correct? Am I right, gentlemen? Like, I mean,
I'm
all
sorry.
the way around, like of the elimination round where it matters.
Oh yeah, yeah. These matter now. Yeah, they're past the pre-qualifiers. Correct.
Yeah, it's the first.
Okay, cool. Now, with that said, I'm gonna say this. You know, I would hope, because I support him, just like I support all 15 of the Knicks who ever suit up. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, it's not the name on the front. I mean, it's not the name on the back, it's the name on the front for me. So, with that said, and I feel like he has been like, we put a lot of pressure on him. But with that said, though, now it's time where the pressure really meets. You know what I'm saying? Pressure is really at him the most because this is 5 years, and as Knicks fans, we need to see some results on our investment. Am I gonna come down on him? No, because I'm partial to him, but I expect more. I expect a lot more. Last year, I expect more, and he showed up in the playoffs even for a series. You know what I'm saying? But that was unexpected when our best player or our supposed best player was not 100%, and he helped us get through the first round.
Mm.
So, and he did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He affected the game in every way. You know what I'm saying? Not every way, but I'm saying every way which he could affect it as far as the skill level.
Mm-hmm.
So, at one more time, I'm gonna say this. Listen, I'm still out there. I'm rooting for him, and my jury will not be in because he still wants to be a Knick, and he's always wanted to be a Knick. So until that changes, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm with him. I'm gonna rock with him. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on him because this is an exhibition game, and from what I seen, especially because I was on the Next to the Night podcast for Freezy last night. One of the people in the chat really, I'm not gonna expose his name, but he was like, he's been balling out all the way up till this point. So hopefully I'm gonna look at it as one game, and if he shows up for the rest of the games, and Canada's hanging in there and qualifies for the Olympics, then I'm gonna say, he contributed to that. So I'm gonna let it go.
Okay. No, I mean, listen, that's fair. It's listen, we have been like, I know, man, the RJ thing has been
supporting them now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, I hear you. It's been run into the ground lately because, like I said, RJ is the new topic. If you want to say it like this, RJ is the new Julius. It is what it is. Like, he is the topic now. Even Julius ain't getting that same type of heat anymore. Like, 'cause, I mean, people can be upset about what happened in the playoffs, but outside of that, I mean, how much can you be upset with him with the regular season? Julius balled. It is what it is. So I get it. And it's going to be like that. So I'm just telling you, fellow Knicks fans, get used to it all season. This is year 5. It's going to be RJ all season. So, but if RJ start doing what he's got to do, we'll shut up. I know I'll shut up. I'm like, okay, that's all I want. That's all I want. But we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be one of those things that we got to take a wait and see approach. But like I said, I hope RJ, like, I just look at RJ, I hold him in high regard. I think of his work ethic and the way he is as a player and what it means to him in clutch times. He steps up. And I think you can't overlook that or underappreciate it. It's just that we need that consistency from him. And in order to be consistent, you got to work on your game. You got to figure out things you can do. To Sim's point, like, he's got to open up that bag. He needs a little bit more to go to. If once somebody locks you down in a certain aspect, if you don't change up, you stuck. And that's what's been happening to RJ. He's been stuck.
Can I say one thing, gentlemen?
Yeah. Go ahead.
And it's a moot point, but not even moot. But it was something that I was sitting there last night, and while I was on the show, I was still conversing in the chat, and I said, I wish Kobe was still here right now, because I honestly believe that he would work out with him. He would have been working out with him almost every year to get his game better. And give him that touch and tell him what to do in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, Kobe passed. And I'm not giving that as an excuse, but I'm thinking, like, in just an imagination. And I normally you all don't normally ever hear me talk like that. But I was just sitting there, and that was just a thought that ran through my mind. I was like, oh my God, what could it have been? What could have been? But
so are you talking in reference to Julius Randle?
No, RJ Barrett.
No, but see, RJ and Kobe didn't have that type of connection. Julius.
No, Ron. What I was saying, only if Kobe could have been here, because Julius would have.
You just said, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I didn't explain myself better.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, all of us as people and all NBA players benefit from what Kobe was saying. Those breakdowns he used to do, unbelievable, man. So, like, I hear you. Like, well, that's where you would hope that RJ is getting some guidance from NBA vet, a guy even on the Knicks, an old school vet, or somebody around the league. See, but the other thing is, damn it, I want to move on, but then I think of something and I'm like, okay, we talked about, I mentioned it earlier when I started the show. Where's RJ? Where do you see RJ like, oh, damn, RJ's working with this guy this offseason? Or, you saw who RJ's with? Because we talked about it prior to the season when, when we beat the Bulls. It was 2 years ago, I think? Yeah, it was 2 years ago when we beat the Bulls, right? And remember, there was that closeout play. DeMar DeRozan had the ball on the right wing, and RJ went up to play defense on him. Someone else came over too. It may have been Julius or no, Mitch. Mitch came over and kind of helped stop the shot from going in. We won the game, right? But at the end of the game, talking to RJ, he was like, "Yeah, I told DeMar, you gotta, teach me how to get that shot going." What happened there? Where's RJ working out with DeMar DeRozan, working on that mid-range shot? Like, what did I say earlier? I said Manuel Quickly's working out with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. Where's RJ working out with somebody like, yo, that guy's going to get him better? Where's RJ working on his jump shot with JJ Redick? You know what I mean? Grimes is working with JJ Redick. First off, what the hell's happening here? Why are we where is that workout that RJ's getting from an NBA player kind of help his game go to the next level? Am I missing something? We got Quickly working out with an NBA star. We got Grimes working out with one of the best shooters in the NBA. RJ working out with Drew Hanlon. No offense to Drew Hanlon, but you know what I mean? He always works out with Drew Hanlon. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't want to make too much of it, but I'm just like, I look at that like that's kind of weird.
You know, sometimes guys just got to look at the mirror, and besides washing their face and brushing their teeth, they got to really look at themselves. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying, see your reflection of yourself and wonder who you are as being your own person. And being that, you know, Corey just said, you know, he was like with the Kobe thing, may he rest in heaven, maybe with the Kobe thing. And then Ron just reflected what happened with working out with DeRozan. So if you get a chance to go work out with DeRozan, guess what? You're getting a reflection of Kobe, because that guy was really up under the Kobe wing himself. And you know, heard him speak early in the week, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, I wore the number 10 of you Olympic jersey because of Kobe. So it's certain things that guys, you know what I'm saying, can't do to go get help far as they game, but you got to want to get help. You got to put your pride to the side and realize, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to become an NBA player. I made it to the league, but it's not more than just making it to the league. What can you do while you in the league? How long are you going to stay in the league? These are the things that guys got to have within themselves, you know what I'm saying? And you got to want it yourself. Everybody can't do it for you. If you don't have a motor, you know what I'm saying, you got to find a motor. Sometimes your battery go dead and you can't start it, you can't start it with just, you know, turning in this. You need a jump start. But sometimes when you got a 5-speed, you don't need a jump start. You could clutch pop it. Dudes got to clutch pop themselves to get themselves going, you know what I'm saying, to be in a position to play basketball. And it's a lot of things, you know, I just ask of RJ, you know what I'm saying, what are you waiting on when it's game day? Do you wait till you get to the facility to realize it's a game today, you got to stretch, get loose, and, you know, do your warm-up? No, when you wake up in the morning, you up, yo, I got a game today, I'm ready to turn up. You know, when you get to the facility, yo, coach, I'm ready to get. It's certain things you got to do on game day that you got to want and have, you know what I'm saying, for yourself. And, you know, it's certain, you want these things to be in RJ, you know, but it's up to you. Can't nobody else do it no more but yourself, you know. I use PJ, my man, all the time, you know. He's going to go down in history as one of the greatest non-stat basketball players that ever played this game, because he has the heart, he has the energy, the will, the drive, you know what I'm saying, the wanted to be here in the NBA and stay in the NBA without the skill sets, you know what I'm saying. I just hit corner shots and I work hard and played hard defense, you know. Everybody's not going to have the oohs and ahs and oohs, the things that's going to make the crowd go crazy, but you can be appreciated on the court for the things that you do and how you give your effort. And that's what we all want from RJ. We want the effort, man, you know what I'm saying. But I tell you, I only had 30 minutes. I needed to rock out. I got to go get my little one. She's getting ready to receive a new belt. She's moving from 6 colors on her white belt. She get ready to go get her yellow belt, you know what I'm saying. I'm really in tune with getting her doing that right there. And I'm trying to work on her balance as far as basketball and everything, you know what I'm saying? But I just know I love and appreciate everybody that's out here, man. Keep doing what you're doing, B. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the success, it's about how you succeed, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say, it's not what you go through, but how you get through, man. Just appreciate yourself, man. Tell yourself you love yourself. Sometimes, you know, when you look in the mirror, and that go for you, RJ. We rooting for you, man. Please, man, get there. We want you to succeed right here in this orange and blue. You wanted to be here, even though we know you didn't go to Tennessee, but you know what I'm saying, when you wanted to be here, sure as you wanted to be here. And real quick, Steph already know what I'm getting ready to say. Hey, yo, Commissioner, you owe us something, man. I need something coming from you. I need your conversation coming from you. You know, if the Knicks was the opposite way around, we had somebody cheating, doing what they doing, you'd have been bashing us. You owe the Knicks. I want a first-round draft pick from Toronto, from the Toronto Raptors, and I want at least 10-game suspension from Nurse because he was over there. I want you to punish Philly, but punish Nurse because he was over there with them. suspend him for 10 days without pay, whatever. Do it right for the New York Knicks, because if it's the other way around, you'd have been smashing us in the head. And take a look at what happened with the Dallas thing, you know what I'm saying? That's a small thing. Small things that we can't get over with. But when things happen to us, you got to do nothing about it, man. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Everybody have a blessed weekend. What up to the queen? Shout out to the chat. Ron, I'm going to holler at you, Sim. Appreciate you, Corey. Love you. And everybody have a great weekend, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
No doubt.
Thank you.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second, Ron?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we'll get to Steph. Go ahead, man. I know. Listen, we got to get it from all sides, because definitely RJ's getting it from all sides.
Coming in easy on RJ though.
I had to be the one up here.
So just a quick question about RJ. Like you asked about, where is he working with players? And I agree, right? If you have these people at your disposal resources for you, you got to work with them. You got to work with them. But what if they wasn't sure where RJ, like, what his best skill sets are yet and where he fits in the NBA? So it's like, well, I can't go get JJ Redick because he's not coming off screens and shooting. We're not sure, is he really going to have that kind of a mid-range game? So do we go get DeMar DeRozan? So do they have to figure out what he is in the league, and then they can pinpoint, well, we work with that guy? Because now you hear this year, they said this summer, well, we're working on his power game. We were trying to get shifty. It's not really natural for him, so now we're working on the power game. So do you think it's like, let's figure out who he is, and then we can start bringing in somebody to work with him? Some people earlier than others. You know what I mean?
Right. That's true. I don't want to steal Steph's thunder because she's quick to point the stuff out. But my whole thing is, and that's a really good point that Sim is making. But if we don't know that, and this is year 5, I don't know. If we don't know what RJ is good at or what he should be focusing on to get better, like who we can put him with, that is not boding well for this young man on this Knicks team. This is my opinion. I love the guy, but all right, I'm done. Okay, Steph, what's your thoughts on what's going on?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yes,
I took a little break. I thought y'all would be on to another topic by the time I
she trying to I can move the topic. I know you stay talking about RJ, and I know you got your opinion. We can move. Yeah. I'm ready for the next topic. We don't have to.
Well, first I just want to say shout out to you, Sam, and we got the Podfather, and then we got the Godfather of RJ on the podcast. So I appreciate all of you. But I wanted to say to you, Ron, you did a great job with the NBA. But I was texting Sam, I don't know, maybe it was last week. I was like, y'all changed the name? Y'all should have doubled down and named it the original NBA report. But I caught the show, after the fact with DJ Shuttle, and that concept is just banging. It's just dope. The graphics, the background, your background, the segments, just real creative. Just a great job that you and John and Sim are doing with the show. Listen, for RJ, I've moved on now to, hoping that the RJ we saw in the playoffs, the RJ that I saw in the FIBA exhibition games. I only saw highlights, but I did watch the game yesterday. He didn't shoot well, but I thought his floor game was really good. And the same thing in the playoffs, his floor game was really good. So I'm hopeful that he's going to find his way coming back. I don't see RJ as a shooter, and I don't think we need him to be a 20-point scorer on the Knicks. But I get it that it's hard for him to find his role. What I would like to see him do, I'm not sure he has the skill set to do. I think in that starting lineup, we need him to be more of a catch and shoot guy with Brunson and Randle kind of leading that team and creating a lot of open shots for guys. I know in his second year, he shot really well from the 3. Can he do that next season? And when he's in that second unit, that's when I really think he'll have more of an opportunity to kind of be the focal point of the offense, drive to the basket. And I'm looking for him to do one or two things. You're going to finish at a higher rate than you did last year. And you're going to do what we saw in the playoffs and what we're seeing now. You're going to spray it out to the open shooters. Can he do that? You know, I have a lot of confidence in the spraying it out to other players because I'm seeing more of that. But can he be that catch and shoot guy that I think we need in that starting unit? And can he finish at the rim? We know he can get there. He's elite at getting there. Can he finish better? And if he finishes better, or even if he gets fouled, if he's shooting that foul shot at 76, 77%, that's going to help us. So, you know, I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know if in his mind he feels like he needs to be a 20-point scorer. I just don't think we need that from RJ Barrett going forward.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that, definitely. And thank you for the you know, the kudos and the praise for the show. Yeah, it's coming together. Combination of myself, John, and Sim, you know, all of the graphical stuff and everything, it's starting to come together. I'm really happy about it.
No doubt.
Thank you once again. And to Saul Hashim, listen, man, thank you for being here, supporting the show. Smash that like button if you want to. Hopefully you subscribe. Appreciate you. But listen,
Can I say one thing? I gotta say one thing about the fans who think it's RJ hate. I think those of us who are not high on RJ, we have more proof for our stance than those who are super high on RJ. So I don't.
Well, it's hard to measure. It's hard to measure heart.
Hold on. Yeah, no, we're not talking about heart. I could listen. I see construction workers out there. I was driving down south. I went past North Carolina. It was 90 degrees, and they was out there working hard with a lot of heart. You know what I mean? So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying, for those who are saying that I and others are haters of RJ, if you look at the stats, if you look at the advanced stats, if you watch the games, we have the support. Those who are super high on RJ, what support do you have other than he works really hard and he wanted to be here? So the point I'm trying to make is, I'm not getting on you guys for still being high on RJ, but don't call those of us who got the stats to back us up haters. We're just commenting on what we're seeing and what the stats say.
And you know, and I can respect that, madam. And that's the one thing I can say. I can respect that. But you know, stats, you know, can also blind you as well. You know, because we're looking at certain things. You know what I'm saying? And you're not measuring a certain way, like you just said, the score game in the Fiba, because you watched it and you said it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's the things that we count the most as far as the stats. That's what matters, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's not doing that. So I agree with you. You understand what I'm saying? But I just believe this young man, and I believe this year's got to be his year. It's got to be his year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For him to, it's got to be his year. And I agree with everybody. It's his 5th year. You know, well, now after next year, will I be like, oh, yo, come on, he got to go? No, I'm gonna look at him as a player that, he's talented to some degree, but you know, now I can understand why we got to put him in the trade package, or why he needs to be in the trade package, or we trying to find a way to get rid of him because he's not getting us to where we need to go as far as the next level. You know what I'm saying? Because we already made it to the second round. You know what I'm saying? The most important round is getting beyond that. And just think, you know what I'm saying? We were a game in a couple of minutes and a couple of free throws for real, outside of RJ Barrett and Julius Randle in that moment when it was just Brunson doing their thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because also too now, you know, as much as we rave about what's my man name on the US team with him is
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart, thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying? As much as we rave about Josh Hart, you know what I'm saying? Listen, and this is the one thing, you know, we were already on a 3-game streak. We got him, and he helped continue and made it go 8. So we were already streaking. My point is that his injection to change the game and switch the game plan made him what it is and got him that check. And I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but also as well, we got to put everything in context and perspective. You know what I'm saying? As we look at this team, and we are trending up because look at the rest of the division. You know what I'm saying? I think Boston lost a lot when Grant Williams. You know what I'm saying? When they lost Grant Williams and when they lost their point guard. Um, that hurt. You know what I'm saying? Will KP.
Marcus Smart, you're talking about.
Yeah, Marcus Smart, thank you. And will KP carry them? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm like,
well,
seriously.
Here's the thing, Corey. And don't get me wrong. I don't want to.
I change the subject a lot.
No, you good. I just don't. I just want to kind of wrap up the RJ talk because I don't want it to we got a lot to say about RJ because we're critical of him, but we're critical because we obviously want the guy to do well. We like RJ. We want him to be a good piece of this team. But I just want to say this to everybody who thinks that it's like, even outside of what Steph said about it being hate, it's not hate, obviously. But it's the other thing is no. I know. But I'm just saying the other thing is, remember, I'm a Met fan, so I understand a lot of this mediocre stuff when it comes to my team, right? But the Knicks are kind of trending out of mediocrity, right? We are a good team. I don't care what anybody's saying. The Knicks are a good team. You got to face it. And when you get to be a good team, the level of thinking, the expectations of the organization, it changes, right? And at some point, the organization is going to look at this team and say, okay, we got to the second round. How do we get past the second round, get to the ECF? How do we make it to the finals? What's going to have to change? Then you're going to start looking at your bottom line. You're going to look at who you're paying. You're going to look at the production you're getting. And you're going to say to yourself, well, if RJ Barrett seems like he's not giving us the production that we expected him to give at this point in his career, and we're paying him X amount of dollars, could we be paying someone else this type of money and getting more production to help us get to the next level? I mean, they got to look at it not just for RJ, it's everything, the coach, everything, right? So we're at that point, guys. It's no longer just, hey, we put a product out there, the garden sells out, we good. No, now it's, okay, we're starting to get better. How do we get to the next level? So that's all I'm saying. It's not like, don't look at it that way. We love RJ, but the team is going to look at what they got if they want to be a successful franchise. And I hope they do, because we're Knicks fans. We don't want to just see them go out there and get knocked out in the second round of playoffs every year. We want them to get better. So that's it. All right, let's move on. Let's get to something else, because I know the RJ fans, and I get it. I get it. Shout out to Alan Alford. Thank you for the generous super chat. I appreciate you. He says coaches have a great influence on a player's development with usage, putting them in position to succeed. Very true. Very true. And that's why a lot of people point to is Thibodeau the coach that will get us to the next level, or is he still the right now coach? We'll see. Shout out to Danny Landis. Appreciate you once again, Saul Hashim. Thomas Banks is in the building. Salute. There was someone else that I wanted to say what's up to, and I appreciate you guys, because I thank you guys for always showing love. Shaw Legacy, Quiet Money, I got you. Appreciate y'all. Okay, so this is the question. I don't know. Some people may not think it's enough, but do you think, is Evan Fournier proven that he needs playing time on an NBA roster? Has he shown you that Fiba Fournier is real? Listen, see what happens when you give my man some playing time, give him the rock, let him go to work. You know what I'm saying? Sim, what do you think about Fiba Fournier? Is it a thing? like does he really show? I mean, come on. I mean, he is an NBA player, but
I mean,
what do you think, man?
I think we've seen it before, right? And I think we've seen it before. So I don't think it's anything new. I believe that Evan Fournier deserves a spot on a roster somewhere and can still contribute to a basketball team. It's just, it's fit. You know what I mean? And, with what Tom Thibodeau, we were talking about this with Steph on our podcast. So, we were just having a discussion about a coach's philosophy. Right. And how, certain players might fit in one coach's philosophy, but not another coach's philosophy. And Evan Fournier just might not fit with Tom Thibodeau and the style of basketball that he wants to play. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So but I think that Evan Fournier can contribute to a basketball team. Just might not. Well, it's not going to be the Knicks from what we know. You know what I mean? But I definitely think he can contribute to a basketball team. There's no doubt about it in my mind. And he could probably go to a team and average 13, 14, 15 points a game.
Right.
You know, because he can still, I mean, he should be in the prime of his career right now. When you think about him age-wise. He should be in the middle of his prime. So I think, he's going to come back and play for a team and probably produce for a team. He could start or come off the bench, depending on how that team wants to play. He's just not a fit for what Tom Thibodeau wants to do, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But I think you'll see him play somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Steph, what you think about? I mean, I know you guys have already kind of talked about it. What's your thoughts on? Do you think this is? I mean, we have seen it before, but to the newer fan or to the fan that still questions it, do you think this is a little bit more validation for Fournier to show, like, look, man, I don't need to be on this bench. Give me some minutes and I can do something that's productive.
No doubt about it. I agree with Sim too about fit, because you can argue if we had DeJounte Murray at point guard, Fournier may still be in the rotation. It's possible that it's just hard to play Brunson and Fournier, right? Now, if you say, okay, well then now you could put him in the second unit. Who you either you're going to take somebody out of the 9-man rotation, or you're going to expand that rotation to 10. You expand that rotation to 10. Now you're talking about less minutes for Quickly or Grimes or someone like that. So to me, I just think it was a numbers game. I just think it was about fit. Because look, the season before, he started every game. He broke the 3-point made record for the Knicks. So I just think it was about how the team changed with Brunson, and that he was pretty much the odd man out. And we tried it. We started the season with him. We started the season with Rose in the rotation, a 10-man rotation, and we got off to a not so great start. I don't know. Maybe had we stuck with it, it would have turned around like it eventually did. Who knows? But I just think he can definitely play. He could definitely start on a team. He could come off the bench on a team. He can score, like Sim said, anywhere from 12 to 15 points. I think his defense is, I don't think it's as bad as people try to make it seem. Like he's somebody who will fight on defense. He does try. He just doesn't have the lateral quickness. Same thing with Brunson. Brunson tries on defense. He's just, he's just small. So yeah, I just think it's about being in the right situation.
Yeah, that's fair. Corey, what's your thoughts?
I'm just hoping he's getting ready for this buyout.
Don't buy him out now. Send him home so we can still use that contract. Send him home. Don't buy him out.
I mean, I'm just saying, because he's not coming back. I mean, the way I'm not saying, I can't say I knew his attitude personally, but from whatever, the people who have privy to the knowledge of the situation and has been writing about it, and as ugly as it sounded, I mean, because he's deep in his feelings about this. You know what I'm saying? He's personally deep in his feelings about this. So, I mean, God bless him and good luck. Is he a talent? Yes, he's a great talent. When we got him, I was like, wow, okay, I think he can do something, because I saw him in Orlando when we were horrible and they weren't that great and they were beating up on us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at this guy like, okay, so, I mean, unfortunately, it just didn't work out, and then I just think he's not the fit for this coach. This coach has proven that he is not going to use players that are I can't even describe it. somebody 6'8", 6'9", who's athletic and has potential to create for themselves, he will not use them outside of Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, and Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? He likes the 6'4", 6'5", you know what I'm saying, 6'3" guys, 6'2", really defenders and stuff like that. So
Right.
you know, he does not fit in none of the molds of what this coach likes personally, and unfortunately, you know, he's the odd man out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And as far as 10, you know what I'm saying, 10-player rotations, you need to think about who's going to sit there and play these minutes behind Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? Which is more important than him right now. You know. So,
yeah.
This is crazy. This is going to be like the most interesting thing that's going to happen and watch. You know, Knicks fans. This is going to be one of the biggest. I promise you. Mark this down. I said this today. This is going to be one of the biggest arguing points for New York Knicks fans, the media, and as far as the head coach, as far as it goes to winning. If we do not come out the gate winning well and winning a lot of games, you know what I'm saying? This is going to be, boy, you know what I'm saying? The front office is going to have to look at him and, you know what I'm saying, and them as far as their next contract.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, we got to see how it plays out. I think the Knicks are going to be fine. I think fans are going to be fine with what happens out there because, you know, Thibodeau does his thing in the regular season. I think they're going to be I think they got a good enough squad. I think Thibodeau's got enough Thibodeau type players on the team to produce well out there. So I don't think we got to worry about that. But we'll see how it all unfolds. Anything can happen. Injuries can't account for anything. You never know. But shout out to Juan B. Thank you for tuning in and showing love to the show. And also shout out to Queen Margaret Edwards. I appreciate you, Margaret. Sorry I missed you earlier. Thank you for being here. But, you know, Juan B says, is Fournier the only player on the floor being blown out by 30? Some of these takes are wild. I don't understand, you know, and no disrespect to you, Juan B. I don't know what we're talking about here. We mentioning Evan Fournier's, you know, what his good showing in FIBA, if that's showing other people that he deserves to get time on an NBA roster, because look what happens when you give him the ball. Nobody was talking about any of the negatives with regards to his FIBA play. I mean, nobody's thinking about his FIBA play when it comes to his negatives. Like, he's not the reason they lost by 30. I think we all know that. We're looking at Fournier's defense as a Knick, or the type of situations that he's put in by Tom Thibodeau that maybe Tom Thibodeau's not really comfortable with having him out there. That's just looking at Fournier on the whole as a player for the New York Knicks. It's not about his FIBA play with regards to any defensive lapses or negatives. I'm actually bringing up the point that because he's been playing well offensively in FIBA, does that show that if you give the guy some minutes and some opportunities, he can benefit your team? That was it. That's the conversation. That's the point that we're trying to get at. So, but I appreciate you. Thank you for being here and supporting the show. Shout out to Dwayne Dennis as well. So yeah, I mean, that's I think that it was said the way it needs to be said. You know, Fournier is an NBA player. He's not an NBA player. He deserves to be somewhere. So we'll see what happens. And I agree. I don't think it's going to be the Knicks. But I hope the Knicks can kind of get on this. I think they drag stuff out a little bit too much. I think this Fournier thing has been dragged out way too much. And we're fortunate that Fournier is playing, because as soon as Fournier got hurt a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh boy, what? You telling me you didn't trade him? You holding out? He's got the FIBA games. Now he's getting hurt. What we gonna do? I'm scared, man.
It take two to tangle, though, Bron. They could be trying to trade him. They could be.
Any chance at all? Any chance at all that Evan Fournier plays with the Knicks? Do you think?
I would hate to see it. I would hate to see it, Sim, because that's so bad.
Wow.
The only slither of light that I see is that the second unit is small, and that, you know, maybe there's a point where if he's still there, Tom Thibodeau says, all right, well, maybe we try to put a 6'7" shooter, you know, in that second unit, because, you know, between DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and Emmanuel Quickly, they're all 6'4", 6'3" to 6'4". That's the only slither of light that I see for Fournier.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think the relationship is probably run dry.
Yeah, because that's what it is. It's not. And when I say that, I just want to say real quick, it's not about me saying that I hope not, because I don't want Fournier back on the Knicks. I just think that too much stuff has happened already. It's like a bad taste in your mouth.
Right.
Like, you got to move on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to Sim's
It's like
point,
that old girlfriend that just won't leave.
Yeah, well, I guess.
to Sim's point, last season when RJ Barrett was hurt, he was a situational guy. He was the guy who started whenever RJ Barrett didn't start, couldn't play. So I guess they'll go with a 3-guard lineup. If he's not there or he's not playing, I guess they'll have to go, if RJ can't go, with a 3-guard lineup.
Appreciate the invite, Juan B. Maybe take you up on that. I mean, I don't like to talk too much about other teams because then I sound like a hater, but I might pop in and do a little visit. So appreciate you. So I mean, listen, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. It's another saga to watch how it unfolds. So speaking of things that I would love to see how they unfold. Now, the question is, how will the Knicks stack up against the rest of the East? Now, this is just kind of like a on the surface level question and answer type thing. I'm going to do a deep dive in one of the future shows where I kind of break down the teams in the East and what acquisitions they might have made and see how the Knicks stack up to that. But I didn't have time to do all that right now for this show. So it's just kind of like on the surface, what do you think about how the Knicks stack up against the rest of the East? And I bring this up because I realize it comes back every so often. Even in the chat earlier today, it was said that teams have gotten better, and thinking the Knicks are going to win over 50 games is kind of crazy. But guess what? As I said earlier, last year was this. Every year it's the same thing. Every year teams get better. Every year the Knicks are looked at. Last year they had the Knicks predicted the Knicks would be playing it, fighting for the play-in. We finished 5th. I say we like I get a check, but you know what it is. Anyway. But yeah, man, like every year it's the same thing. The Knicks are always the underdog. They're always counted out. But as I'm saying, once again, the Knicks are a good basketball team. I know, news break. You don't want to hear it, guys. Yes, we got a good basketball team. All right. So let's go around. Sim, what's your thoughts on how the Knicks will stack up against the rest of these? And to make it easier, maybe if you want to say like where you think they'd finish, will they be fighting for the play-in, or where do you think they'll be in the rankings of the top 8?
I mean, I think they're anywhere between 4 and 6. Right. I think they're a playoff team. Could they be in the play-in and have to fight to get in? I mean, I think it's possible depending on where the East is and how teams fall. If you look at the West, there were teams that really good teams that were in the play-in. You know what I mean? But I think the Knicks are probably anywhere between 4 and 6. In the East.
Okay.
I'm looking at the top 3: Milwaukee, Boston. I don't know where Philadelphia, what's going on with Philadelphia. You know what I mean? And then we'll see how Miami, how things happen with Miami throughout the season. Other than that, I don't see who. I guess Cleveland is up there somewhere too. I don't know if they're going to be top 4. They could be below us, or they're probably we're probably around the same. I think Cleveland and the Knicks. Is it possible that the Knicks could be top 3? I think it's possible, depending on what happens with Philly. I think it's possible that the Knicks could be top 3 as well. You know what I'm saying? I think it's definitely possible. Yeah.
All right. I mean, listen, I agree. I mean, I can't argue with that. It makes sense to me. Shout out to Josh, aka Uncle Fulio. Hope you're doing well, my brother. It's always good to see you. Miss you out here in these Knick land and getting to talk on. I don't know. Is that a joke? You mean there's 2 Sims on the screen because of opinions, or do you actually see two Sims? Because I'm checking. I see 1 Sim.
Maybe me and Corey look alike.
Oh,
Nah.
see that? Okay, I got you.
Nah, look here. I know Tim's headline pushed back a little bit, but I have no headline. So you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Mine's been pushed back by the Dubs, so I'm good.
Yo, man, funny dude, bro. Steph, what's your thoughts on how these current New York Knickerbockers stack up? And shout out to Kareem Grant. What up, twin Lion of Judah? Shalom, my brother. What's your thoughts?
I have the Knicks finishing top 3. I think, the worst 4. But Philly is a Tom bomb. I don't know what's going on over there. I think Milwaukee is aging, though they still have one of my favorite players in Giannis. And, Boston remains to be seen. They got rid of some of their toughness, and Marcus Smart and Williams. They brought in KP. Who knows if he stays healthy? Horford is also aging. Obviously, they got the horses and Tatum and Brown, but I'm a big believer in Brunson and Randle. And we could talk about, you could criticize Randle for the playoffs if you want, but in the regular season, I just feel like he's crossed over. I just feel like the Randle that we seen last year, that's going to be the Randle going forward. So if we're just talking regular season, you got Brunson, you got Randle. I'm hoping we get better shooting. To me, that was our downfall in the playoffs, just not getting the consistent shooting, the timely shooting. And the Knicks are tough. People want to complain about Tom Thibodeau, but in terms of setting that culture and that mindset that we're going to come out and give you what we have every single game, that's the Knicks.
Yeah.
They lost games, and we never questioned their effort. We questioned their rotations. We questioned that perimeter defense, but we never questioned, how many times did the Knicks get blown out last season? They're gonna play. These guys are gonna come out and they're gonna play. So we got some question marks too, as far as our height and our size. But I see the Knicks, if things fall right, the Knicks can finish top 3. The bottom would have to fall out for the Knicks to finish in the playoffs. Like something serious would have had to happen, in my opinion, for the Knicks to finish in the play-in.
Okay. All right. I like it. This is all good stuff, folks. I like where we're going, but see that also points to the fact that you see the expectations, and it's not like empty expectations. They're showing the proof is in the pudding. Right. Corey, what are your thoughts, man? Where do you think the Knicks rank right now?
Wow, this young lady just stole my thunder, but because I swear on everything I love, I was about to say that similar to what she was saying. Yes, I expect nothing less than 3. Nothing. I see a major decline in Philadelphia, major to the point where that relationship is toxic. Like it's like a soap opera on NBC, or you know what I'm saying, back in the days, you know what I'm saying, as the world turns, something like that. New Jersey is about the only team that's possibly can sit there and look like it's going to be a problem for the Knicks as far as series wise. Everybody else, to me, pretty much we can dominate them just off of talent alone, because they have made these major changes. But then again, I could be wrong as well. I'm gonna say this: I think we can finish no less than 3-2, provided injuries, and we're gonna see what this new rotation goes as far as what we have as talent. Sky's the limit for this team. You know what I'm saying? Sky's the limit, and what the one main thing that I'm gonna say that we have more so than a lot of teams, we have a lot of chemistry, and we've been in the same system for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, this is Tom Thibodeau this year is really make it or break it. If he's trying to get to another contract, he has to do something this season. You know what I'm saying? He really has to do something this season to really push the envelope and like you know, for his career. Because I don't even think even getting us to the ECF is gonna save him. You know what I'm saying? To the point of where, you know what I'm saying, like we need to really give him, you know, another contract. I think we'll probably just hold on to him, move him into another position as far as scouting or something like that. And I think we'll look for a new head coach if we do not get beyond ECF.
Okay.
And you know, Ron, I do want to add in. I think any team, even if they fall, you know, from 1 to 6, could end up being in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
true.
We've seen that.
Yeah.
Now we've seen proof of how it don't matter. And I mean, look what Miami's done. Like, it really don't matter.
Hold on, pause, Ron, real quick. We did that in the '90s, but nobody gives us credit for that either.
Yeah, well, listen, I'll fight with anybody about that '90s team. We was rich. We was the real deal in the '90s. We just, you know, went up against a lot of really good teams. So
come on, we went up against the juggernauts. I mean, Miami. Oh, come on, man. Chicago, even without Jordan, you know, as well as they were well coached. Considering the talent level we had was supposed to not have. Oh, hey, that was a great team in '99. Peace to them, yo. I'm appreciative of them.
yeah, I mean, we all should be, man. They definitely they had the heart and soul of New York. Really, they captured it. I don't know if. Well, I mean, I don't want to sound like a homer, but honestly, if not about how good they are, okay, the Yankees are perennial. They are incredible. But if you talk to me about teams that kind of exemplified New York, I would say that old school Giant team with Lawrence Taylor in them. Yep. The Rangers back in the Messier days. I would say the Mets back in the '86 days. And the Knicks in the '90s. Those teams look like New York teams. You know what I mean? No offense to the Yankees. The Yankees just a damn good team, no matter what. Put the Yankees anywhere. The Yankees just incredible. But I'm just saying, as far as exemplifying New York, the grit, the hunk, the defense, the toughness, you know, the brawling, the little cocaine. It is what it is. Like, you know. Yeah, they really showed New York, you know. But anyway, I think this is probably my last topic. And shout out to him. It was a beautiful moment. I know he was really excited and happy. You know, the family was out. Shout out to Julius Randle. Gets his high school jersey retired. Salute to him, man. And you know, it's a really beautiful thing because, you know, all these players, man, they get these moments and we look at them harshly. We critique them sometimes for the stuff that we expect them to do that they're not doing. But it doesn't change the accomplishments that they've had throughout their career, man. They've done a lot to get to this point. And just making an NBA is a hell of a achievement in its own right. But then to be good at it, right, to show that you have levels that you know, we have to respect, to show that you've been an NBA All-Star, not once, twice. You know what I mean? Most improved player. You know, Julius Randle he's a baller. It is what it is. He may disappoint us sometimes. We hope that he can get it together in the playoffs, but you can't question who he has been for this New York Knicks team. And we've talked about it too. Maybe in the end, he may be more impactful as a Knick than Carmelo Anthony, which sounds crazy, but you know, it definitely is shaping up that way. Give him more time, and you might see some surprising things. So, but that's being said, man, is really great to see him. What's your thoughts on, you know, him getting his jersey retired and just our overall appreciation of Julius Randle for this Knicks squad, Sim?
I mean, well, you know, I've been a Randle supporter since, you know, I've been a Randle supporter, so. I like what he brings to the squad. He's got his faults. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? But what he's brought to the team, I think. I mean, I think you're right. You know, he could go down as a bigger Knick than Melo. I mean, Melo came with more flair and fanfare. You know, and more anticipation. Right. You know, but I mean, how many All NBAs did Melo make with the Knicks? Right, he's already made 2. Right, how many times did the Knicks go to the playoffs with Melo? 3 years. 3 years. The Knicks already been there twice. You know what I'm saying? The highest the Knicks went in the playoffs with Melo, and I'm a super Melo fan, my favorite player. But the highest they went in the playoffs was second round. I mean, the Knicks already been to the second round with this team here. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle is one of the primary players. So if he continues to be a Knick for the coming years, the next 5 years or whatever, he's gonna break a lot more records. And if the Knicks continue to be good and make the playoffs, he would have already been in the playoffs more than Melo with the Knicks. And that's not all Melo's fault. There was a lot that the organization didn't do.
Right.
It's a much more stable organization right now than when Melo was here. Melo played with like 200 different players. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I mean? Randle's brought a lot to this team, and it's not just him. Him and RJ came at the same time, and then Tom Thibodeau came, and RJ, Randle, quickly,
Mitchell
Robinson. This is a nucleus that's been here, and they really have brought the Knicks back to relevance. And Randle's been so far until Jalen Brunson's gotten here. He's been the leader of the charge on the court. You know what I'm saying? And now Jalen Brunson is kind of taking that over. But so I think you can't take that away. You can't take that away, from what he's done with the organization. And then as far as him, getting retired at his high school, I mean, I think that's dope for anybody. You know what I mean? You're gonna have some players that go to these huge, super huge high schools, and they got all kinds of NBA players coming out of them. You might not get your jersey retired, but if you come from like a normal high school, right? Then that's got to be honored. To know that they respect you as much, and it also, I think, points to just who he is as a person outside of basketball. As much as fans may not like him, some fans don't like him. Not everybody. Some fans don't like him, and all of this. He's basically been a model citizen off the court, right? Model citizen, model basketball player, professional. You don't hear anything about him. He's with his family. He spent time with his family, raising his children. With his wife, stuff like that. You can't take that away from him. He's been, besides some of the other stuff, on the court stuff. He's been a good professional for the Knicks and not bringing in any off court drama or anything like that. So yeah, I think you got to give it up to him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Here's a little quick pick. I don't know, maybe blurry or whatever, but a little quick pick of this part of the ceremony at Prestonwood Christian Academy, where Julius Randle got his high school jersey retired. You see him there with the two kids and his wife. Yeah, man. So I know he's very happy and appreciative of everything he does. Because, and to what Simmons said, I mean, he's not a bad guy. He's very passionate. He's very emotional, and sometimes it's a little tougher for him to control his emotion. But we have to take Sim said this a long time ago on a show, and I never forget it. Like, you got to take the good with the bad with Julius. That same passion that's a negative is the same passion that fuels his performances out there on the court. You can't take it. You can't take that part out of him and expect him to be the same player. Right. So it is what it is. Steph, your thoughts?
Yeah, salute to him. Congrats. This is just a prelude of what's to come in terms of getting his Knicks jersey retired at some point. If we continue on this same trajectory, I'm a big Julius Randle fan as well. Though I have no problems critiquing him when I think it's called for, but he's him. And since he's been here, I just love how he just gets better and better. Whatever the negative is, he just works on it. He comes back the next year and it's gone, or it's significantly better. And that's why I'm not giving up on him as far as being a playoff performer, because I just feel like whenever he identifies something, it's just as good as taken care of. And just hearing him talk on the shop, hearing him talk on Paul George podcast, you just get the sense that he gets it as far as what it takes to perform in the playoffs. I anticipate him being much better next year's playoffs. But listen, Tibbs, Randle, obviously there's others that's a part of it as well, but you got to have that best player. Tibbs could be as good a coach as he want. You got to have that guy. And Randle has been, that guy for us with Brunson, and before Brunson came, he was that guy for us. And he helped put us on the map. And yeah, his emotionality, but like you said, you can't take it away. He just has to get better at honing it, but you can't take it away. I thought in the playoffs he was emotionless for whatever reason. And I think even more, or maybe as much as the ankle, that passion that I didn't see impacted his game as much as the ankle did. Like, he has to play with that edge, So yeah, kudos to him. I'm looking forward to him having a great season. And this is why I think the Knicks can finish top 3. Forget the playoffs now, but regular season, that Randle Brunson duo is as good. Maybe there's a few better, but they're up there as far as a duo leading their team. I got a lot of faith in those two guys. I really do.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Before we get over to Corey, just wanted to say real quick that that's a really good point you brought up. Yeah, and I wonder if just in the Julius Randle, man, what was I going to say? I was going to give it a term of something, but let's say Julius Randle's commitment to not being a hindrance to the team, right? I feel like maybe somebody talked to him, or maybe he developed this on his own. But I think the point about him being emotionless, because I ain't gonna lie, I was concerned about it because I thought Miami's very tricky. They're kind of dirty. And I thought they were going to try to use Julius Randle's mental against the Knicks and try to get him out of character, hopefully to try to get him out the game, make him do something foolish and, really test him. And I think, I think it's evident that he was thinking that too, or the Knicks were thinking it too, because he really did not display anything typical behavior-wise from Julius. It looked like he was like, oh, I know what they're going to try to do, so I got to stay even kill. And I do think that hurt.
I think so.
I think so too. Yeah. Corey, what's your thoughts, brother, about Julius and, Jersey getting retired and just him and who he is to the Knicks?
I just want to tackle on one thing. The last thing you said, I was spot on. I was spot on about the playoffs. And in my opinion about how the way he wasn't as aggressive. Now, spinning into the initial question about him getting his jersey retired, I feel as proud as him as he should feel for himself, because just to get even just on that level right there, coming from a small town or wherever he played at, or even a small school, considering it's a Christian school, the fact that his number is retired and he will be remembered as long as that school lasted, brings memory to me. Considering that I went to a private school myself as far as high school, and was an athlete. And if I could have been that type of athlete, I'm pretty sure they would have did the same thing. But my point to you is this, though: he should feel good. You understand what I'm saying? And it should be not, how you said this, a small goal which turned into a large goal in his life, and it's just adding layers to where he should be in this league as far as him competing with everybody else, because nobody considers him a superstar but us. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Knicks fans, he's a good player. You know what I'm saying? But to me, honestly, the man is averaging 25, 10, and 5, and he's frowned upon compared to the longer, taller, prettier, more athletic athletes that we've seen. You know what I'm saying? The Giannis's, the Davises, you know what I'm saying? My man in Boston, you know what I'm saying? Tatum, excuse me. He's looked at the lesser value of all of them. And what he's really been putting out, he's been producing great numbers for at least the last 4 or 5 years. So for that to happen to him, and for him Come on, man. Stop it. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for his family. It's for his children. You know what I'm saying? To actually see that moment and be there. You know what I'm saying? That because I'm a father as well. I wish my children could have seen my accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? As an athlete, and use it as well to help them become better athletes. But needless to say, neither here nor there. That is I think that's a great moment for him, for his family, and for him as well, and for Nick Nation. And I just see him using that as a springboard to motivate him to be a much better athlete. Now, hopefully this year, if we get to the playoffs, God willing, get to the playoffs, I want to see that nasty, ugly, aggressive Randle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll take a couple of games just for some victories.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean we need that. We need that from him. He's our guy for that. Like, not for nothing. Outside of Julius Randle and the acquisition of Josh Hart, we don't know about Dante DiVincenzo. And Knicks is a soft team. You know what I mean? Like, outside of them two and possibly DiVincenzo, I don't know about how tough he's going to be out there for us. But wait, and fairness, no, Jalen Brunson is very tough too. Not an enforcer type, but he's tough. You know what I mean?
No. Like my man Freezy, brought me into this podcast world. You know what I'm saying? He was saying we have a bunch of choir boys. We have Jericho. We have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're a soft team. We're a soft team when it comes to it.
Our whole team has the name Book of Bibles. You know what I'm saying? Obadiah. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Isaiah. You know what I'm saying?
Book of Bibles. I like that.
Name a Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a bunch of apostles, and we need. You know what I'm saying? We kind of need some fire and brimstone from these cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we don't want a Judas though. Calm down. We take a Julius.
I'm just saying. Come on, man. No, you had to bring that up, brother.
I'm just saying. That's true. That's true. There's some truth to that. Shout out to Paris Duggar. Thank you for tuning in, Paris. Always good to see you. He said, congratulations to Julius. It's important for you to be recognized anytime you were an all-time performer for an organization or institution. 100% facts.
That's all you're going to get, Randall, from Paris Duggar. You better take that and wrap it up.
That's what I'm saying. That's a beautiful thing. Shout out to Nick Yak as well. Okay, I mean that's some lofty things. You think Mitch at 34 minutes, 10 points, 12 boards, 6 on offense, 2 blocks with 7 more minutes? All right. I mean, maybe. I don't know. We need some improvement for the team. And before we get out of here, I want to just get everybody's last words. But shout out to Josh. I didn't touch on this before, Josh. I apologize, my brother, but I know you had mentioned this. So Josh had said when we were talking about the Knicks and how the landscape looked compared to the rest of the East, he was saying the only thing the Knicks have done this offseason to get better is bringing back the same core for continuity purposes. We still have a glaring need as far as ball handling from the wing spot. There's truth there. But I just want to say, Josh, and this is once again to all Knicks fans, every year it's going to be the same thing. Every year other teams are going to get better. Every year it's going to be how good are the Knicks compared to all these other teams. And in the end, so far, the proof has been in the pudding, except for 2 years ago, that year that was disappointing because the roster construction was really bad and it showed itself. When things are going right, Thibodeau has the right pieces that he needs, and the Knicks have bought in. They play like a good basketball team, and I think we are there. And for continuity purposes, I think that's huge. Other teams did add other players, but they have to find their roles. Look, you say what you want to say about Atlanta and having 2 point guards there. I still don't think they understand how they should be playing and using both those guys on that team, and that's part of the reason that I think they struggle. The Knicks have that continuity. They added one piece. They're keeping the same core. You know, for the most part, I think the Knicks should come out the gate playing pretty well, and it should be throughout most of the regular season while other teams are still trying to figure it out. The Knicks should be flying. We'll see. But Yeah, man. I always want to thank everybody for tuning in and showing love to the show, support, and smash that like button. As I always say, on your way in, on your way out. We got to get them likes up. The algorithms be tripping, man. Let's show love to all the shows, man. Support everybody. And thank you guys in the chat for showing love, and thank you to my fabulous guests that have jumped on today: Sim, Jay Boogie, Corey Lee, and Steph. Thank you to all of you guys. Sim, final words. Anything you got going on? Anything you plug? I didn't see it yet, but I did see you did another Tyson fight last night. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yep. We covered, went back and did a classic on Off the Clock Sports. We did a classic Mike Tyson versus James Bone Crusher Smith. Took a look at a couple rounds of that, talked about that, and then we did Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Double header. I like
it.
Well, you could do like 6 of them in the Tyson fights. Some things like 30 seconds,
Exactly. Spinks out in like 1 minute and 31 seconds. So, it was easy to go ahead and cover that.
Right.
We had a good conversation about if that was the height, that Michael Spinks fight, if that was the height of Tyson's career. Because when you look after that, he won 1 or 2 other fights, then he lost to Buster Douglas. Then, from there it was, he struggled. So it was good.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Sam. Just real quick, the Spinks fight, was that? No, my fault. I confused them. No, that was Mitch Green, right? It was the altercation that Tyson had outside of the ring.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
When he fought Spinks, he had unified the titles. When he fought Spinks, that was like super fight. Tyson destroyed him.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, Tyson's career kind of dropped. I mean, he still won a lot of fights, but he couldn't win the big fights. He couldn't beat. He lost to Buster Douglas. Couldn't beat Holyfield. Couldn't beat Lennox Lewis.
Wow.
But yeah, on that channel, we're just gonna be doing different stuff, classic sports, a lot of classic sports. Looking at classic sports and reviewing classic sports, talking about different issues going on in sports, and then talk about some current events as well.
Dope. What anything else you got going on? Well, I mean, once again, guys, if you're just tuning in, please check out Sim did a wrap up of the USA FIBA game versus New Zealand today. As I said, I'm going to check it out after this. I got to do some laundry today, so I'll be listening to that while I'm watching the clothes spin around in the thing. So yeah, man. Anything other than that going on?
Other than that, I'll be having sometime later tonight. I don't know what time, but sometime later tonight. The latest would be tomorrow morning. I'm going to have like deposits for the home opener. I'm going to have
that time again.
So people can start making deposits for that. And then of course, October 7th, we got the MBK season kickoff cookout. It's going to be Cooksaki. So yeah. And I have registration for that too. So,
dope. And speaking of dope, see how that leads right into Dope Soul Sports Talk? Come on now. I cram understand you. Let's go. Steph, what you got going on?
Yeah, we taking it easy right now. We just finished up the I Cram to Understand You series with Tom Thibodeau last Thursday. I did a podcast with Sim. So those who haven't heard it, wherever you get your podcast from, Spotify, Apple, Google, the Just Nicking It podcast, and you'll get the interview with Sim talking about Tom Thibodeau. Sim, is a current coach, and I just thought he had some good insights on Tibbs and just some really good insights. So I know some people see it as a love fest, but I just thought he was really right on. Like, just for example, what we see as rigidity from Tom Thibodeau, Sim saw it and I saw it as just a guy having his philosophy and sticking to it because he feels that's going to give the team the best chance to win. So check that out. We go every Thursday to Just Nicking It weekly show. I have a newsletter that comes out weekly. I did some traveling this week, so it'll be out next week. The podcast, of course, I have. And The morning show will be coming back once the Knicks start playing in preseason. And then I'll be back with the Queen's Court on MBK starting in October for that weekly show. So it's about to get real live. So I'm just going to take September and relax a little bit.
I like that. I like that. Sounds good. I know I'm gonna stay tuned. Corey, last words and what you got going on. Shout out your show on Blorange Tears and everything.
Absolutely.
Yes, no doubt. Please come check us out. You know what I'm saying? 718 boys on the Blorange Tears Network. And one I want to shout out my man, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Freezy, for giving me and Bully a chance to even just allow us to do our thing. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you a quick synopsis of what we do. You know, we do the same general thing that every Nick podcast does, but also too, we just add a little silliness to it every once in a blue, and we're regular cats. You know what I'm saying? We out here, we're Nick fans to the T. We want the best. We want the same things you want. You know what I'm saying? We may not agree with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Our Nick brethren say, you know, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many siblings in their lives. They always got along. You know what I'm saying? But still, with that said, not to say last but not least, I'm so appreciative to be here with the Podfather, one of the first cat that really put me on the podcasting, Sim. You know what I'm saying? And as well, you know what I'm saying, my friend of me, you know what I'm saying, the beautiful queen, you know what I'm saying, who always calls me out, man, shouts me out, and I love you for that. And Ryan, you know what I'm saying, for having your door open, you know what I'm saying, for us and Bully, me and Bully, you know what I'm saying, to come out here and do our thing in our Nick fandom. You know what I'm saying? We're just good regular guys. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? A little eccentric. You know what I'm saying? And fanatic. So, you know, we just do our things. And, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the cats in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And I can't say no more. Thank you very much. And we'll be out there tomorrow morning, most definitely at 10 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, y'all can catch the old school Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Watch the real AD and my man Freezy. You know what I'm saying? Debates and rough old tough topics and Knicks. You know what I'm saying? History and how they translated to today. You know, it's dope. It's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dope, definitely. Please tune in, show them some love tomorrow, 10 a.m. 718 boys. That's Corey Lee and my guy Boulevard, the bully himself, man.
73.
Yeah. Can I just say this real quick? I forgot the collaboration with me and Uncle Freezy every Thursday, 12 o'clock on your lunch break in the neighborhood, just going around the block talking about topics relevant.
I catch it all the time.
To the Knicks. So that's Thursdays, usually 12. We try to keep it to an hour, but both of us are talkers. I don't talk as much as Freezy though. So it usually goes over.
Yeah, that's definitely dope, man. Everything, you know, the collaboration is fantastic. Everything you involved in, Steph, has been fantastic. I'm enjoying all of it. And you've inspired me too, because I am looking to get into the audio podcasting thing. We've had something up for a minute, but we haven't decided to do any new content. It was just kind of just regurgitating the old stuff, just uploading that. But I'm going to do something new soon, but I'm just waiting till we get close to the season starting, because right now I got enough thinking about what the hell I'm doing the rest of the week to try to add another show to it and talk more Knicks when we're in the off season. So I'm like, I'm waiting a little bit.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. But shout out to everybody once again. As I say, support all the dope shows, all the dope content, Dope Soul Sports Talk, Blorange Tears, NBK, Still Knick fans. Support us all, man. And once again, if you haven't checked out the NBA wrap up on Nothing But Knicks, the NBK network, please do. Thursday nights at 8:30. We've been running a little late lately because we had some technical difficulties, or waiting to make sure that we had everybody together. But please do watch the replay, gang, man. The show, this last show with DJ Shuttle. If you're familiar with MBK, then you're really gonna appreciate it. But even if you're not familiar with MBK and watching DJ Shuttle on the show and chopping it up about Knicks and other things, the DJ Shuttle is hip hop, bro. He's a DJ that's one, spinning on the ones and twos, but his hip hop story is hip hop. Like, it's 50th year anniversary hip hop. His story is pretty dope. So definitely check it out.
Yeah,
it's
that was
crazy.
a fire episode.
That was dope. I was enjoying just listening. I was like, what? What?
It's going on YouTube, Googling.
I'm like, I know. And Eru was hype. When Eru started hearing some of the names the Shuttle was throwing around, he's like, oh, what? That's my dude. Yeah, man, that was dope. Definitely check that out, guys. And once again, thank you to all my special guests today, Sim, Jay Boogie, Corey Lee, Steph. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Nick Hands. We'll be back again, whether it be on Saturdays at 11:30 for Know the Ledge, where I talk you off the ledge. Don't be that person.
See if I know the ledge.
I don't want to have to, we gotta calm down out here. Or on Thursday nights for the NBA wrap up on NBK Network at 8:30. And listen, not to be, undersold or not talked about, we're going to be trying to revamp the Monday night show a little bit too. Still Nick Fans Weekly, SKF Weekly at 9 p.m. on Mondays with myself and John. The return of Jose. Jose is back in the building, folks. I'm excited because that means we'll be able to get crazy with the graphics again and start doing some new things. So I'm excited about that. And maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to start taking phone calls. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that, folks. We're trying. Anyway, once again, thank you guys for supporting the show. If you're just tuning in now, watch the replay, smash that like button, and we'll catch you on the next one. It's always been real, and I love it. Thank you, Nick Nation. We out.